Hello Pisces, and welcome to your November message. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to this space that we get to create together. If you are returning to my channel, thank you for your support, your likes, your comments, your shares. It really does help this channel grow, and it's a free way to support me by just hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and staying notified as well for when I post. I just posted that full moon and Taurus reading. That link will be below, as well as the Eclipse supportive playlist. Also checking back to the new moon in Scorpio, because again, these are all cycles. This is an evolutionary process. Whenever you're meant to find this reading, just know it's meant to find you. It is truly timeless in that way. So let's see what wants to come out for you, Pisces. I always sit with the energy before I even turn on the camera for each sign. And I got Sweet Surrender from Sarah McLachlan, which was Leo's song. So you might have Leo in your chart or dealing with a Leo. Or again, it could just signify, again, this is the strength year. We're wrapping up 2024, which breaks down to an 8. It's the scorpionic energy, which is kind of at the precipice, right? As we're in Scorpio season, we're wrapping up this year, we're closing out this calendar year, and there's a lot of things emerging naturally with Scorpio, because 8th house is what's hidden. Again, it's a strength year, and so we're in our final reserves, and we still got that final stretch. And again, we're going into 2025, Pisces, okay? And you're gonna be front and center. So this is gonna be a preparation reading for you for 2025. We're gonna feel into kind of that, as well as on Patreon. I'm gonna do a 2025 forecast for all the signs, so join me there. You can also find that lunar eclipse in Pisces reading, which really sets the tone for 2025 for this new eclipse cycle with you and Virgo. So wherever you have Pisces in your chart, whether you have a Pisces North node or not, or a South node, right? It's good to know those placements in your chart. And I do have a playlist below for those natal placement readings. It's going to affect you, okay? Much like we just had Aries North node, Libra. Those two signs, because they are eclipses, they're going to be impacted. And also the mutable signs. So this is Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sag. They're all going to be feeling this eclipse cycle more than the other signs, but also everyone really feels it collectively. They just feel it differently. Again, your birth chart also holds so much information. So it's really important with these messages that you also do your own research, whether it's with me or with your own interwebs or with someone else, or maybe you already know this information. Tapping into your birth chart, there's so much power there for you. Surrender has been this message. That's really the key word for Pisces. When I think of Pisces, it's the 12th house, the house of rest, hidden enemies as well. You know, it can talk about asylum. It can be a place where we seek asylum. Even through the chaos, it's where we kind of dive deep into the abyss and we just let go. It's a lot like Scorpio in that way. Again, they're a fellow water sign, so this is a great time for you to really ponder these things. Scorpio is kind of a catalyst in a way of, you know, death taking us to the next side. And Pisces, you represent that too, but it's flavored a bit differently. Where Pisces, we don't really know where we're going with Pisces. It's the unknown, and that's where the surrender is we have to surrender to the unknown, which was also a big message in the full moon and Taurus reading. It was knowing is your power, not knowing is your job description. That was the title of the reading. And then I kind of changed it to knowing is your, I forget what I put in the title now. Knowing is your calling, sorry, and then not knowing is your job description was what was in the archetype message. But for me, I changed it to knowing is your calling, not knowing is your power. And that's Pisces right there. There's a lot that's not known, and wherever you have Pisces in your chart, you really understand this concept probably more than others. Even more so than any other mutable sign, because there's no one like you, Pisces. there's a specialness to your energy. Every sign has something special about them, but your unique gift is that you have this deep connection to the unknown. And with Neptune going direct, I believe in December, January, don't quote me, when we get there, but it's coming up, you're gonna feel this lightness to you. I think everyone will, but you're gonna really feel it's your ruling planet. Also, Saturn in Pisces is going direct. And this is where the guidance came for you. The sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I see you sitting down, or this is what Spirit's calling you to do, is sit down with Saturn. It's going direct in your sign as we wrap up this year. Pluto goes into Aquarius in your 12th house. We've been talking about this 12th house, and it's going to stay there for 20 years. So again, I feel like this is not unknown territory for you, but in the unknown, I guess this is brace yourself. So the message I just gave you with Pluto going into your 12th house for 20 years, 2025 is going to be that foundation for you. There's going to be a lot of support in 2025 for this Pluto and Aquarius position of the 12th house. But what's going to happen for you is that there's going to be a deepening to this unknown. And if you ever questioned, I guess, how much comfort you could find in the uncomfortable, this is when you will. And this is when you're going to find that connection with Spirit if you already haven't, or a deepening with Spirit, however that is for you, right? Each of us have our own ways of connecting with our guides, our ancestors. Pisces, you also govern past lives. So you and Saturn have a very close relationship, whether you know it or not. And this is the time for you to sit down with that friend. Say, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to meet you again. I don't know the whole song, but I will link those songs below. The Sweet Surrender by Sarah McLachlan, and then The Sound of Silence. And then I also got Just Breathe by Telepop Music, which is one of my favorite songs as a teen. I love telepop music. It's kind of like trip hop, housey, down-tempo music. Just Breathe, you'll probably know it. I remember hearing it for the first time during a Mazda commercial when I was like 16. And I was like, ooh, this is a cool song. And then it became really popular from that commercial. And it says, just breathe. I'm used to it by now. And that's where that message came in of the surrender, the 12th house of Pluto and Aquarius. It's like, I'm used to this by now. So maybe remind yourself that. And it's not to become like pessimistic, like, ugh, same old shit, different day. No, it's like, I got this. I'm used to this. I know this energy all too well. It's like my old friend sitting me down. It's almost like the Six of Cups energy, which is Scorpio, but you know, those connections that you meet, and this could be someone from the past, or again, new people coming into your life where it just feels like you've known them for an eternity. These are the kind of connections that are going to be coming in for you, especially in 2025. And it's very heartwarming for you. There's going to be a lot of support if you desire it. Again, I speak on these things, but it does come from your own perception, your thoughts, your feelings, create your actions. So this is very important for you as well, Pisces. But I like this for you. Saturn going direct in your sign is going to also provide that comfort again for that Pluto in the 12th house. There might be some shakeups. All the signs are experiencing some shakeup in some way. Again, it's Scorpio season. We have Sag energy still present, Venus in the 3rd house, Venus in Capricorn, and then Mercury and Sag in your 4th. So lots around family matters. This is actually a great time for you to communicate with family, wherever you are in the world, if you celebrate holidays or not. I think that Sag season is going to really feel like home. Even if you don't have family, I want you to try to pull on those old friends. You know, maybe it is a moment for you to sit with yourself. Everyone's different. And even if you don't celebrate these holidays, cozy up with yourself, or cozy up with someone that feels just like an old soul, like someone that you can just shoot the shit with, you know? Maybe that's what you're really yearning for. And the more that you manifest that into your life, or affirm that to yourself, Pisces, affirm to yourself that you deserve these things. You deserve those types of connections and calling in support. You know, because astrologically there is support here for you. And And again, your relationship with Saturn is going to dictate this direct motion. I do think most Pisces are going to feel relief. Again, Neptune's going to go direct soon. And then North Node in Pisces. So there's so much support for you wherever you are in your journey. If you're feeling a bit lost in this surrendering, we'll get you there, okay? So let's talk about it. Okay, Pisces. I'm gonna ring the bell to clear the energies here, connecting you with your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit, Pisces. All right. I heard calling back your power. What do we want to pull from for Pisces? Okay. We'll start here. Pisces, wherever you find this in your chart, you know, it's going to be flavored a bit differently, right? So whatever placement you're watching for, and if this doesn't resonate, check your other placements or check back later. The love reading is also linked below for November. All right. Pisces, what is the message that we need to give Pisces, my Pisces friends? Getting familiar with your Saturn placement. Again, I offer birth chart analysis, a plethora of different style tarot readings. In each of my birth chart readings, you get a full tarot spread and a 2-question tarot spread at that. Getting familiar with your Saturn placement is so crucial right now as Saturn goes direct. It's going to also be that old friend of yours. Saturn is father time. Feeling a connection to your father. If your father has passed down, he's with you. This could also be an ancestor, a masculine ancestor that's with you, because Pisces, you're going to be feeling deeply into this 12th house, which is past life. There is spirit on the other side also supporting you. I just keep hearing support, support, support. So if you feel like you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I see someone that's like, you know, when they did that trust fall. I remember when I was a kid, I was in some sort of like after school program, team building, trust fall, you know. You could be feeling like that, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Ah! There's support there. Whatever you're choosing to do, you're gonna land safely. Affirm this to yourself. There is like a father figure, though, that's watching over you. Whether it's your father or a great-grandfather, grandfather, they're with you. Okay, Pisces. Pisces. All right, let's do this, Pisces. Forward motion for you, man. I love that. It's been a doozy, though. You know, oh, I like this, yes. Forward movement, as I said that, the chariot. Yeah, you're like, okay, free falling. You're free falling. Trust fall. You got me? Yes. Spirit's confirming that. Yes, we got you. 2 of Cups. You are held. You are loved. Maybe I need to tell you this. Maybe you didn't know that, or maybe you do. Maybe you know it now. We're going to get you there either way, because you're meant to be supported and loved and valued. All those good things. There's the moon, yes, in reverse. Pisces, please show me the energy around Pisces. Pisces. Oh, wow, Pisces, beautiful reading here so far. Okay, we're going to start here. Okay, so signs you could be dealing with: strong Cancer to start off here. Cancer, 2 of Cups, Cancer, Chariot, Major Arcana of Cancer. King of Cups could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Masculine, feminine roles do not really matter in tarot. You can place your roles wherever. This is just energies. These are self-focused readings. But again, if you intuitively feel that it's someone else I'm speaking on, then use your intuition to guide you, okay? The love reading is below, where we kind of do a you versus them. And even in that reading, you know, you can really reflect on either end of the story. There's information in all aspects of these readings for you. The moon in reverse, that's your major arcana. So yeah, clarity. As I said, that the music got really loud. It's like a doll. I'm seeing like the music that's playing right now. I have it on a playlist, a random shuffle. It reminds me of like the ballerina, you know, those wind up toys, like porcelain or ceramic, and you wind it up and it starts to dance. So I see something getting wound up and it's starting to move. That's that Saturn direct. And I don't think Saturn's actually giving you an ass kicking. I feel like it's a very nostalgic, like I'm seeing an old wise man, like a gnome looking thing. And they're warm, it's welcoming. Saturn is actually favoring you right now. It's Saturn in Pisces, yes, it's very much favoring you. And it has been, and we're kind of at this culmination point. Again, we're wrapping up an eclipse season, we're entering into 2025. Tons of this Pisces energy coming in, hot. Aquarius, 11th, 12th, subconscious realms, we're diving in deep into the subconscious, as some of the internal planets will start to go retrograde, Mercury and Mars. So this is all your element. This is like you shining. You know, again, I feel like you're going to be helping others surrender, because I got in the beginning, it's like you've gotten yourself to a point with Saturn being in your sign where you've gotten very comfortable with this placement, and it's taking you some time. And again, you might still have some altercations, but now you get to share something. And that was a message with the Pisces North Node reading, was all about these spiritual gifts. Even if you don't perceive yourself as a spiritual healer, or light worker, or whatever you want to label it, you know, you don't really need to label it. It is just a feeling, okay? But this is deep, this is profound, this is movement. Chariot, this could have even happened, a love could have bloomed back in July if you're not dealing with the Cancer. But there's a lot of movement when it comes to relationships as well. And also this is just friends, family. Like I said, 4th house for you. Sag highlights your 4th house, which is the home. So I feel like I'm coming home. You could be coming home to an old friend, or you could just feel like someone's an old soul, or someone feels like you're an old soul, like they've known you forever. There's a deep love here. I'm definitely leaning more towards intimate, but this could be anything, right? This could be any sort of partnership where you're kind of learning how to let your guard down, but also now having healthier boundaries with the 7 of Wands in love. Also having healthier boundaries with family, because the 4th house, where I feel like it's easier for you to deal even with like harsh relationships in your life, whoever that is, whether it's intimate friends, old friends. I feel like you are surrendering and you have this kind of empathetic, very grounded vibe to you. Okay, King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. This is self-sufficiency, this is emotional intelligence, this is awareness. Things are becoming very clear as you allow yourself to surrender, even surrendering to love. I want to clarify this 2 of Cups, because this could be many things. Also, the Chariot can talk about moving with Sag energy. Again, we have Mercury in Sag, and the Sun's going to be going into Sag. The 4th house can talk about moving, relocating homes. Chariot can talk about travel as well, right? Someone's traveling to you, or you're traveling to someone. 2 of Cups. What's this 2 of Cups for Pisces? Please show me the truth for Pisces. What's this 2 of Cups, Spirit? Ancestors, guides, Emperor. I was just about to say, this is crazy. I should just always say what I want to say. Say what you need to say. John Mayer, you're getting a lot of songs. I'm going to write that one down too. God, you have a lot of songs. I'm going to put Free Falling, Tom Petty, and Say What You Need to Say. You're Neptune. Of course, you'd have all the music. But yeah, I was about to say that the Chariot, that's the Emperor or the Empress on the Chariot. They're the only ones that can actually steer this ship. And it's funny, I just saw a post on Instagram. You might follow me on Instagram. If you don't, you can find that link below to get to know me as a person. I post just random stuff, inspiration, other astrologers, other cool things, music. And it was talking, this woman was like, whatever relationship, friendship, whatever ship you're on, mentorship, worship, if it's not getting you somewhere on that ship, then you need to, what did she say? Abandon ship. So I feel like you're like progressing in some way where maybe you had to leave something behind, but this is empowerment at its finest. This is victory. This is structure, form, all things that were formless that you surrendered to during Saturn retrograde. now it's like, okay, I have a clear, precise direction. I know who my person is. I know what I'm doing. The Emperor. This is conquest, victory. Both of these cards, the Chariot and the Emperor, are very powerful. So you are in your prime. And if you don't feel that way, just know that this is the energy of this reading. So maybe this is just affirmations for you as well. But there's a clarity here, like straight across the board. It's like, I know what I want. I know what I need to do, and I'm going to do it. Okay? All right. Or this is someone up with you. We'll see in the love reading more, but I'm going to pull from the Creativity Oracle. Let's get some more messages for Pisces. What's going on here with this Two of Cups, Emperor, Chariot, the Moon in reverse? My God, this is like eyes wide open, like originality. Yeah, this is because you allowed yourself to be yourself. Look at that beautiful art depiction. Someone that just stands out. That's Leo right there. This is Leo as well, Seven of Wands. And you know, Seven of Wands is a place of being guarded, but it also, in this reading with the other cards around it, is that it's just saying that you have healthy boundaries. It's that you know who to ward off and who to accept in your life, because there's a lot of clarity now. If there was something hidden in that moon, it's becoming clearer. And if this hasn't happened for you yet, this might be happening for you. Okay? It says, feel lighthearted and free while trusting that your unique way of doing things is the right way. Yeah, so that's the thing. You know, and there might be people that don't agree. Maybe there are other people that you have to ward off that are like, no, Pisces, don't do that. And then maybe that's created indecision. And you're like, this is what I need to do, whether you like it or not. Sorry, Chariot, Emperor. And it says transformation here. Allow that energy of fear to be transformed by love, creativity, and compassion. Yes. I'm getting reminded of your North Node. That's going to help you move forward if you feel like you want to move forward on something. But there could have been other beliefs in reverse, other people I'm sensing with the Seven of Wands, because all these wands below are the ones that they're trying to ward off, and that's you. You have people trying to pick fights, all these different beliefs, other people's opinions, you know, and it's been like, you know what? Thank you, but no thank you. And maybe some people were doing this because they care for you. So I'm not saying it's all bad, Pisces. There are people that do have concern for you and your well-being. But at the end of the day, with the Emperor, Chariot, Two of Cups, you are looking at this from a very grounded, practical place. And again, it could be a water or earth sign that you're moving towards, especially a feminine earth sign. If you're a masculine water sign, you're definitely moving towards potentially an earth sign. This is a wish granted, where maybe there was obstacles before. Wow, that's beautiful. All right, let's see. We're gonna pull from the Fairy Oracles. I was gonna do this first, but I wanted to pull right from the Tarot. Let's see what the Fairy Oracle has for you. All right, Pisces, this is my Scorpio deck. It's very mystical. I would say it's Pisces too. You and Scorpio, we got that magic touch. Pisces. What do we got for Pisces? What's going on here? What do we need to tell them? What do they need to see? Too many. My geez. Ancestors, guides, allies, ascended masters. What does Pisces need to know at this time? Please show me the truth. Okay. There's that gnome. This is kind of the person I was seeing in the beginning. But they look kind of funny. They got a little smirk. It kind of reminds you of Salvador Dali, that face with the mustache. I was seeing this person for you. Oh, that gnome. That's the person that's visiting you. You could have, like, you know, if you believe in it, a gnome friend on the other side. Or someone that just looks like a gnome. You know how you just meet people here and you're like, wow, you definitely came from fairy cult or something. You know, there's just some people that just look like fairies and gnomes. I know, I've seen them. But yes, you have also Epona's wild laughter. Yeah, there's something about laughing with an old friend, something about someone sitting you down. Hello, darkness, my old friend. This person here is being comforted in this sadness. This is lighthearted energy that's coming in, a bit silly, a bit clever, you know, got a little bit of a mischief look on their face. This one was in reverse, so I'm going to read both meanings, but I just want to show you the art on there. Beautiful. So let's read from the book. This is the Fairy Oracles. All right. So this is a 9 and also an 8. So 8 and 9, which is Scorpio, Sag, which is very much relevant to right now, okay? Let's read from the gnome first, because that was definitely someone that I saw for you in the beginning. Let's see. 26. These could be also like, I'm getting 1954. I don't know if that's relevant for you. 45, you could be that age. You could be 26 years old or born on like the 26th. Yeah, you could be 54 or 45 years old. Where is this card? It's kind of like being clever. Oh, there it is. Oh, that gnome. This is who's sitting you down. It's like Saturn. It's such a funny image. It says wild gifts. And then this one has also wild. So both of these cards represent something wild. It's like stepping more into rewilding yourself. Primalistic, you know, hedonism, your needs, your values, what your heart desires. King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. This is very yeah, it's a tamed but wild at the same time. Queen of Pentacles, because if you look around her, she's just blooming, you know, this very fertile as a rabbit. It's fertile ground. She's like wrapped up in this floral, kind of wild, serene place, you know. It's full of life. And it's manicured, but it's still out in the wild, you know. And also the moon does talk about wild, you know, upright. It's kind of our dream place where we can have all sorts of crazy things come up in our dreams, you know. Like, you know, you see this lobster coming out onto land. Like, who would have thought that could have happened? You know, and the moon, anything can happen. It's a very wild card. It could talk about fantasy, illusion, fears, you know, fear of the unknown. But I see that that's well over and done with. So maybe you are on kind of like a wild streak where you're like, you know what, F this, I'm going to do it. Remember, originality. Like you might have been more pent up or like hermit mode, reflecting, pondering something, questioning yourself, getting over some fears, some blockages, wherever that is. And now it's like wild time. It says breaking habits and patterns. This is the trickster who exists in every world. He comes to us wearing our own faces to fool us into thinking that his ideas are our own. He brings creative chaos into our lives. He helps us break down old habits by showing us how silly they are. He encourages us to fall on our faces so that we get a different point of view, looking up past our mud-smeared noses. He helps us get ourselves into situations in which we discover gifts, which we never knew we had. Often because there is no other way out of the mess we got ourselves into. So this is kind of like encouraging a bit of wildness. It says here, this gnome can be unreliable and sometimes encourages drunkenness. So you could be sitting down with someone and having a couple drinks and just letting loose. And maybe that's exactly what you need because you've been very serious for some of you. And it says, this is true. He certainly doesn't always do what we expect, but our expectations are our problem, not his, he says. As for drunkenness, the truth serum, when we let down our mental sensors and filters, we sometimes come up with discoveries about who we really are. And I'm not here to say go get freaking wasted, Pisces, no. But there is something about like letting your hair down, just like, it doesn't have to be you drinking necessarily, but this is just a way for you to like feel original. Like you feel like maybe around someone, or this is what you want, where you can just be yourself, wild and crazy. Let your hair down, be crazy, you know, just be a goof. This is what this energy is saying. And that's where I think this breaking the habit of something. Also, what I'm getting for some of you, if you do have some sort of drinking issue, it's like breaking habits and patterns around drinking. Maybe you're getting to a place on your journey of sobriety, wherever you are, maybe you don't even drink, where you're able just to have a couple. You don't get to that point where you're like, I gotta be a drunken hot mess. Because in that place, for some of you, this is a general reading, you learned a lot about yourself. So don't beat yourself up about that. Whatever sort of addiction where you might have been a bit too wild. And now it's like this old friend is sitting you down again, and now it's like you can still shoot the shit with them and have fun and laugh, but it's like you're different now. You're more grounded. Like I said, the Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups, there's a groundedness to this relationship or within you, right? That's now more concrete, more evident, more original. There's been a shift in beliefs, and it's working in your favor. Okay, 54. Epona's wild daughter. I thought it said laughter. Sorry, this font is really, really weird and it's hard, but I said it for a reason. So there's something about laughter here. And it also says wild, right? It says inner shadows, nightmares, depression, madness, growth. So yeah, you're breaking out of this funk, and it's the gnome came in to shake things up. Maybe this is happening or has happened. I'm sensing that this has already happened with the other cards, but again, this can be predictive in nature, but it is in reverse. So let's read about the reversal. It says this meaning is much the same as the upright, but it may take longer, and the resolution of the issue may be buried more deeply. So at this point, the wise person prays for guidance and actively seeks it. So this is active, Saturn direct. You know, your relationship with Saturn, your karma, your dharma, all those things are coming up right now. And Pluto in the 12th house, anything that was hidden, it's not going to be hidden for long, okay? Whether that's something that you wanted to reveal or something's going to be revealed to you. And I'm not here to scare you about that, but just know that. Expect the unexpected, surrender to it. And this is not unknown territory. Just keep affirming that to yourself, that you got this and this is nothing new. It's not necessarily going to be a cakewalk, but you have a lot of supportive energy around you, and I keep wanting to say that. So whatever sort of destructive behaviors, patterns, shadow work that you're doing, it's paying off, okay? And it's probably a bit of a wild ride. It's been a wild ride is what I want to say. But there's this Epona's wild daughter is here to teach you. This is much like Saturn. In the bleakest part of the night, Dorsha comes wearing her crown of fairy stars. She kneels on the ancient owl, bearer of the hidden wisdom of the night, and facing into the past with a clear and flinching gaze, she holds us. We are held immobile, inwardly focused by her comforting yet implacable light-filled hands. She asks riddles that often seem impossible. So there's some sort of riddle here because both of these are tricksters in a way. It's like having to read between the lines, something that you've deciphered in the moon. I feel like you've had to read between the lines for some time with Saturn retrograde. And she will not let us go until we find the solutions within ourselves. So she's not going to give this to you easy. And the gnome isn't either. But they're laughing with you, and it's like you're laughing with them, but you're also kind of like, that's not funny. But at the end of this journey, wherever you are in this chariot, you're somewhere on a journey. I think that there's a part where you can actually be humbled and like laugh at yourself. Like, wow, this has been wild. What a wild ride is what I'm hearing. We must accept that this Dorsha, let me read the sentence before. She is one of the greatest teachers of fairy, but her methods of teaching make Socrates' questions look like child's play. We must expect this of Dorsha because her lessons are about the shadow side of ourselves, the things we fear, our insecurities, the moon, self-doubt, denial. She is a practitioner of tough love therapy. This is Saturn direct. This is all about Saturn. It says, through her teaching, our inner conflicts and struggles become, as they are resolved, our greatest strengths. Yeah, Saturn and Pisces for you. So there is a bit of myth busting going on here, you know. You might be finally getting the riddle. You might be like, wow, with Saturn direct, it's like, finally, jeez. And then like, you're like, this has been such a wild ride. Like, why did I have to take that turn and that turn in this direction? And they're like, because that was a part of the journey. You had to settle the score. You had to find out the riddle yourself. We weren't going to give it to you easily, okay? But you made it, or you're making it somewhere. You're on a journey here to this. Stable, grounded partnerships, loving partnerships and connections, ones that feel like they can stand the test of time or have, right? Past life connections, that sort of thing. All right, we're going to take this over to the love reading. Let's pull some Astro deck cards here. Signs you could be dealing with. Okay, we do see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, strong leads, Scorpio and Pisces, Leo. What signs could Pisces be dealing with in love? Please show me the energies around them in love. These could be transits, months, aspects of your chart or theirs. These are more geared towards intimate, but this also could be friends or family, and old friends. Pisces in love. Aries. Okay, you could have Aries in your chart, or they could. This could signify Aries North Node, Aries and Chiron. I'm going to be doing a Chiron series, so stay tuned for that. By the end of November, you can find that on my channel. Make sure to hit that like button. Again, it's a free way. And that notification bell to know when I post for your Chiron placement. What other signs could Pisces be dealing with in love? The moon. Oh, it's showing up again. So Pisces and Cancer is very strong. Fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. All right, what other signs could Pisces be dealing with in love? Please show me the truth for my Pisces collective. Ancestors, guides, ascended masters. Capricorn. So they could have this placement, a fire moon, okay, specifically, or Capricorn moon. Aries, Leo, Sag, or Capricorn moon, or just Pisces, Cancer. This could also signify when these moons occur, right? So we just had the full moon in Aries, focus. And then Capricorn season, we will have a Capricorn new or full moon, I'm not sure. And then also Sag season, we will have a Sagittarius moon. So these are very current, but these could be natal aspects as well, okay? All right. So this is very much connected to the moon phases, this relationship in general, okay? I'll find you over at the love reading, but if this is where we part, bye for now, Pisces, and take care.